Clutch Trucker filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning into another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. Okay, yeah, got my new LED headlight bulbs, not headlights. So, gonna show how I got them out of the Amazon lockers at the Sapp Brothers in Lincoln, Nebraska. Then we're gonna do the unboxing, and then I did have a chance to put them in, and we'll show you some nighttime rolling with those. I'm gonna show you how to put the darn things in. We're gonna do all of that. So let's just dive right in by showing you how I picked them up. Okay, I'm in the Sapp Brothers, and I found the Amazon lockers. It's actually inside the store. Most of them are outside. Now I have to go up to that screen and scan my code, and a locker will pop open. Alright, and this one popped open for me. How about that? Well, so I think that's the second time maybe I've used the Amazon locker. I approve. Yeah, I like that. Sapp Brothers here in Lincoln. Scanned my code, door popped open, and here it is. Yeah, I'm really a fan of the Amazon lockers. I think this is actually the third or fourth time I've used them. I think I said earlier twice, but I know I got my masks initially when the COVID started through. That was the first time I tried the Amazon lockers. I can't remember. I know I had something else sent to me that I needed to get on the road. I think maybe some vitamins or something like that. And I just really like that. As long as you're, you know, I'm a Prime member with Amazon, so usually I can get everything delivered within 2 days. So as long as I'm on a long enough load where I know where I'm going to be within 2 to 3 days, I can go onto Amazon and look one up and see if there's one handy at a truck stop. They're putting them in more and more truck stops all across the country, which is great. So we can order stuff while we're out here on the road and pick them up. So it makes it really handy. So right now I'm on a load that I picked up in Salt Lake City. This is a load of salt. It was a heavy load. And on my way actually through Little America, Wyoming, that is actually the name of the town. You might have heard of the Little America truck stops. There's a few of them here or there across the country. But the one in Wyoming that's west of Green River is actually called Little America. That's the name of the town. And they have a shop there, and I've been carrying around that fuel pump with me for quite a while, and called ahead and said, hey, can you guys get me in to do that this afternoon? And they said, sure. And within an hour and a half in and out, they put the new fuel pump on. It's a beautiful thing. Then got to run through the house again real quick, grab a shower, say hi to everybody. Grabbed a Jimmy John's sandwich. I like a roast beef sub, but only from Jimmy John's. So the roast beef from Subway, not the best. Anyway, so I made it out here, delivered, you know, at Culligan. My big load of salt, because of course they use salt to soften water. That's how Culligan softens their water. Then went over and picked up my my LED headlights, and you know, I showed you that part. And then I had to go. Then I'll show you the unboxing here in just a second. I had to pull the curtain. It was just too bright outside and all that. So now we've got the inside light on. And okay, so here is my new LED headlights. They're the SeaLight, and down here it's got some other name, Sco Park LED lighting. Anyway, this is the combo pack. It's supposed to have the 9006, which is the low beam, and the 9005, which is the high beam. It's wrapped in plastic, so well, yeah, see, I have not opened it yet, so this will be an official unboxing. All right, pull the plastic off. Yada yada yada. Okay, and is this kind of a shake open box? It kind of looks like it. It's got little indents in there. If I can try to pull it out. Okay, here it goes. All right, get that off of there. Ah, and there they are, stacked neatly in the box. I don't know if there's anything else in there with them, like telling me which one is which. That might be helpful. Oh, we have instructions. How about that? And some little sticky patty things in the back. Oh, and they even include some zip ties to help us tie down the line. But I don't see how it says which is what. Let's see if I lift the foam up. Is there Okay, then we have the wires kind of and everything behind it. Oh, it looks like they're labeled once you pull that up. Okay, can't really see it there, but yeah, there they are. They're labeled. So I'm afraid to kind of pull them out right now. It shows which one is which. Yeah, like this one here is the 9006. Okay, so that would be my low beam. That's also my low beam. So the two on the top here, or now at the bottom, are my low beams, and those are my high beams. Because otherwise they look essentially the same. Yeah, so here's what the light looks like. I think the fins are a little bit different as to how it fits in the thing. So maybe that'll be the big difference between them. Anyway, so that makes these the low beam ones right here. Alright, they should just stick in and turn them, and then you plug them in. That should be about it, baby. That should be it, yeah. So, anyway, combo pack there. This was what, a big $58, I think. And like I said in my previous video, I was spending $65 for the Sylvania XZE Super Halogens, and they're not that bright. And they only lasted 3 to 4 months. My last set of LED headlights have lasted me over 2 years. So hopefully these will do the same. So we'll put them in and try them out. Alright, well, it took them a while to get me loaded, and so I found a little place to pull off right up the road so I can go ahead and do at least another 3 hours there to make another split sleeper berth work. Anyway, took the time to take Rusty out and put the new LED headlight bulbs in, both the low and high beams. So it's still daytime. We've got some dash cam going here. We're just about to pass the closed way station that's just east of Lincoln. And there goes my pre-pass with a green light. That's what that beeping sound is. So it's closed anyway. So I will be driving when it gets dark, because we're kind of almost at dusk right now. So we'll have a good idea to see how the new headlights work, because I really won't know until we get into some dark situations and get to see how they're performing. And then I'll show some dash cam too once it gets dark, and we'll see how well it shows up on the dash cam. So I figure that'll be a pretty good test for the new SeaLight LED headlight bulbs, the low beams and the high beams, and we're going to try out both. Okay, got a few minutes to kill here, so I thought we'd go ahead and put the lights in. I've just pulled out the 9006 ones right here that's on the label, if you can see that. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, this is a driver. My previous older one didn't have a separate driver. This is the older light. Here's the newer one. Let me pull them up side by side. Kind of similar looking. This one just had the plug, didn't have the driver. This one has a driver on it separately, and then the plug. They gave me some zip ties so I can strap this plug down somehow. So I think we'll go try to put these in right now and see if they work. If you've never changed out a light bulb on one of these big trucks, at least this one's fairly easy. Pull this little cover up. You can see there they are right there. That one's the low beam, that one's the high beam. Simply turn it and it pops out. And there it is. Now we just have to get the plug undone from that, and that's the trick, is I'm doing it without breaking it. Alright, so there's the old low beam. We'll go ahead and pull the high beam out too. Turn, and it pops on out. I'm going to leave that in place so I don't get confused as to which one's which. And then we'll plug in the new light. First I'm just plugging it in, and I'm going to go turn on the switch just to see if it lights up. I think you can positively say it's lighting up. Great. So we'll stick that in its place. You can see back in here I just put it in its spot, turned it to tighten it down, and it's in. Now we'll do the high beam one right here, which I already have pulled out. And we'll undo this and stick the new one on. Okay, we verified that that one's working, so we'll put it in the socket. Alright, so I got both of those in there for now. I'm not going to worry with any zip ties at the moment. I want to make sure these are going to work. And I'll go do the other side. Yeah, as you can see, they're really easy to put in. You know, if you've never changed a light bulb on one of these big trucks, you know, a headlight bulb, they're not hard to do. Twist, pull, unplug, plug, you know, it's pretty easy stuff. I know a lot of you company drivers, your companies won't let you do that, which is silly. I know when I was a company driver for May Trucking, they didn't want us to change out our own bulbs either. I did it just because I didn't feel like waiting around for hours for a shop, and I just didn't tell them. I, you know, ate the $10 bulb or whatever, and they're kind of crunchy. All right, there's looking at my new LED headlight bulbs. These are the low beams you're seeing on the dash cam, and they seem to be just as bright as my other LED light bulbs were, maybe even just a little bit brighter, maybe even a little bit whiter, probably just because they're new. But they, you know, you saw how easily they fit in the socket and everything, and they just plugged right in, and they seem to be doing a great job. I've just been waiting for there to be no traffic the other direction so I can try the high beams. And they're not all that great. A lot of it is just kind of the way I think the lenses are on this truck. Actually, the low beams seem better than the high beams, don't they? Look at that. I had that issue before when I tried some LED ones in the high beam slot. Maybe if I were on a small little road somewhere and where there's not quite as much oncoming traffic, they'd be seen farther down the road. But I'm on an interstate right now, so I really can't prove that, but they fit the slot just fine, and they seem to be working just fine. Let's try one more time. They just don't seem to be shining as far, but, you know, I think the low beams do a better job. So I'd say overall, for the price, $58 for 4 of them. Remember I had said before, I used to pay $65 for 2 of the Sylvania XZE, or whatever they were called, halogen bulbs that weren't near as bright, and they only lasted 3 to 4 months. I was spending a lot of money on headlight bulbs. And these last set I got from superbrightleds.com is where I got them initially, and they lasted about 2 years. And then I got this set off Amazon, and you know, they're all names you've never heard of because they're all made in some other country. They're not like GE, Philips, Sylvania. They're all something weird. These were called, what, SeaLight? I have the box still right here. Yeah, SeaLight. But as you can see, they work just fine. They were easy to install. I'm happy with them, and for $58 for all 4, if I even get just a year out of them, it's well worth the money. For some reason, I think it's the way my lens works with the high beams. They just don't seem to work as well. But even a halogen bulb in my high beams don't seem to do squat. My low beam LED lights do so much better, and I can actually see. If I had just the halogen bulb in my low beam, I was having such a hard time seeing. That's why I finally upgraded to the LEDs. And if you've got a Coronado like I do, well worth it. If you've got the type that you can just pull those bulbs out just that easily, look on the bulb, see what number it is, go to Amazon, look it up. You can find a replacement, an LED replacement, and they're not that expensive, and they last so much longer, and they're so much brighter. You know, kind of hard to tell on the dash cam at night, but you saw how white it was, and it really does shine up the road nice. Now, as long as I can get I replaced my fog light last week, but it wasn't working. I'm still not sure whether the fog light itself is faulty or if it's a wiring issue. I haven't had a chance to trace that down yet. I've only been doing a few thousand repairs, it seems, lately, the past few weeks. And like I said earlier, I actually even got my new fuel pump on. And everything's running better. The truck's running a whole lot better. I still think I have an issue, and I'm not sure if it's an injector issue or if it's that they're just getting kind of gummed up. I'm trying to run the power service, injector cleaner, and cetane boost for a while every time I fill up to see if that cleans it up. If not, it's, you know, time to probably replace the injectors, which is big money. So I'm trying every other kind of cheap avenue I can before I do that. Yep, so the load I'm on now, I picked up at Crete, Nebraska. It is at Purina. It's a load of pet food. I know when I was closing the doors on the trailer, I saw the back, what I could see on the last couple of pallets there was Fancy Feast cat food. So it's going to the Detroit area. So if you got a kitty and you buy Fancy Feast pet food from Meijer, that's where it's going, M-E-I-J-E-R. That always drives me crazy because there's a J in there that you don't pronounce. So yeah, if you have a cat and you live in the Detroit area and you're buying Fancy Feast sometime in the next few weeks, you're welcome. Well, Rusty hopes you enjoyed that unboxing and installation of the new LED headlight bulbs and all that from SeaLight. Yes, we've got a load of pet food. I don't think there's... He eats Purina, but he has the Incredibites is usually what I get him. But like I say, I think it's mainly cat food back there. I looked at the BOL or the manifest, whatever you want to call it. It's all broken down into, you know, FF, you know, you can't, it doesn't say exactly what it is. So it's not like I can steal some dog food for Rusty or anything. But anyway, we deliver tomorrow's, Saturday. Today's just Thursday night, late Thursday. It's actually our Friday. We're past midnight. Finally got parked here in Brooklyn, Iowa. And then we're going to finish the drive most of the way there tomorrow, Friday, the 26th. And we deliver on the 27th, right? At 10 a.m. at Meijer. It's going to suck. It's a grocery warehouse, so it means I'm going to be there hours and hours and hours. Not happy about that part of it, Bob. Hey, thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe, please like and comment if you would like to, only if you'd like to. Ring the bell for notifications so you know when the new videos come out or when we go live. Don't forget about Clutch Trucker at Instagram, Clutch Trucker at Twitter, Coffee and Patreon if you want to help support the channel. We'd appreciate that. As always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Oh, that's the worst looking hat I ever seen. Oh, it looks good on you though. Come on, Rusty, jump. Come on, you can do it. Jump for the bacon strip. There he goes. Love them bacon strips. Happy dog.